I freaking hate Blantons.
You want to run that by me again?
Yeah, it sucks.
You want to tell me why? Because Blantons is a fantastic libation.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Ladies, gentlemen, and other patrons from around the world, welcome to Brothers of Bourbon, where you will join us on our journey of drams, while we aim to discover the ultimate libation for any destination.
So, brother, I'm going to need you to explain to me what it is that you don't like about Blantons.
That is simple. Secondary market prices and availability suck.
Alright, so it's strictly availability and secondary market prices that you don't appreciate.
Yeah, pretty much.
The markup.
Yeah, pretty much.
That could be a problem when it comes to this particular bottle. This libation, it MSRP is around $50, but it can go anywhere upwards of $250 to $300 per bottle.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not willing to pay $200 for a bottle like this. Sorry. Personal opinion.
It's a personal preference, however much you're willing to pay.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Some reasons that you should like about Blantons. It was started by Colonel Albert Bacon Blantons. Bacon. His parents either loved him or hated him. Like, I don't know if they were cannibals or geniuses, but they gave birth to a fantastic son who was a colonel and invented this lovely bourbon that I am so appreciative of. It was kept in his private storeroom, actually, up until its commercialization in 1984. It was kept to impress ambassadors, dignitaries, and other important people. It was essentially used as a bribery tool.
You gotta admire somebody who's willing to use a bourbon as a bribery tool. I mean, let's just throw that out there. I mean, I can't say I would. It runs around 93 proof, which is fairly most part with all of them. Yeah, there are different styles.
There are different styles. If I remember right, there's a Japanese red Takara.
There is.
There's also a Blue Poland edition that was discontinued a few years ago. So if you happen to be holding on to one of those in your private collection or on your shelf, by all means, hook it up, and I'll love you forever.
We'll leave it down below, comments, sections.
We'll leave it in the description.
Yeah.
There's also some European editions, a green label and a black label, if I remember right.
Yeah, and actually both of those you can still find. They're out there in the world.
Those are the international ones, though. Here in America, we have the original that we'll be opening up for you today. There's also the straight from the barrel. That is a much rarer form of it, and the gold edition. Straight from the barrel I have seen, but it was in the museum. The guy didn't want to sell it.
Now, if you find any of those and you're willing to hook a brother up,
in the description.
we'll leave it down below.
Or the comments, by all means. And if at any point in time you want to talk about something, you have questions, comment.
Yeah,
We'd love to
please.
talk to you guys.
Yeah, that's what this is about. We're trying to not only educate, but kind of bring stuff to you guys. Just to have a conversation about this stuff. I mean, it's something that we love and that we want to share. So
This is a journey for all of us.
it is.
We're going to go through and review all of these bourbons and whiskeys along the way, and a little back and forth with one another. We'd like to build that fellowship.
Yeah, for sure.
So, by all means, let's pop it open. Let's let the people see what it looks like.
Sweet.
I
You
love
ready?
this. I love this display. I love this box.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I want to kind of bring up. Most of the time in the wild, you don't see them in the box.
In the wild. That's a term that we use, a very common term that we use by just seeing it out at your local liquor store, or any local liquor store. Walking in, seeing it on the shelf, you found it in the wild.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't normally see them in a box. Sometimes you see them in their cute little bags. That
is a really nice bag.
Yeah, it's a cute little bag. It's kind of like a little merce.
Gentlemen, that's your secondary coin purse. You don't even have to shave this one.
No. Anyway, sometimes you'll see them in the bag, but if you do see them more often than not, it's in this awesome, cool bottle. Yeah. That will be sitting on the shelf unless they're hiding it in the back, which is where I got this one from.
That's where those relationships come in. You have to be able to build these relationships with your local liquor stores. It'd be very rare for you to just walk into a random place, ask for a very rare and highly sought after bottle, and they're just like, yeah, of course I'll give it to you. I've never seen you a day in my life.
Yeah.
You take care of them, spend some money, they usually take care of you. One hand washes the other.
Now, if for whatever reason you do walk in and you do see it on the shelf, typically it's that $300 bottle that are sitting there because nobody wants to spend $300 on it. Most people.
Get to know an individual and you might be able to spend 50 or 60.
Yeah, for sure. Now, these bottles are really cool because of the label, the topper, man. Let's talk about the topper for a second. So, the topper has 8 different style toppers. And if you look on the bottom, you'll actually see where this one says O.
Oi! Sorry about that. That's Freya down there. My little girl's down here making noise. I got a puppy. Anyways, as you were. Didn't mean to interrupt. Stay.
Alright. So you'll actually see on the topper an O on this one. It's in the bottom left-hand side. Yeah, your left, my right. So this particular bottle here.
What's all that writing on there?
Well, that's what I'm getting to, bro. Don't get the cart before the horse. This particular bottle here was pulled on 4/7/21. It was actually from the barrel number 63, which is pretty cool because it puts the barrel information on there. From the world famous Warehouse H, Buffalo Trace, on Rick number 48. So it's actually pretty cool. They put all that information on here. And I love this label. Like the whole paper thing is awesome to me.
I just love the bottle, to be honest with you. It's a cool bottle.
It is a pretty cool bottle.
This is one of the reasons that they speculate that the price is going up on this. It's no longer just a $50 libation. It's because of this cool decorative bottle.
It really is.
You'll find this in some of your Hollywood movies. I wouldn't say a lot, but some of them, like John Wick. Love you, John. In addition, certain shows as well, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was on a recent episode of NCIS New Orleans with Scott Bakula, I believe.
Okay. I can appreciate NCIS. Big fan. Man, I love this particular brew. This comes in at 93. You can expect nutmeg, if I remember right. Nutmeg and vanilla on the nose. For the palate, you could do nutmeg, corn, vanilla, honey, and caramel. And it has a pretty smooth finish.
It's also very sweet. It's a pretty sweet bourbon.
It is a very sweet bourbon. You have nutmeg and vanilla. This is all coming from the distillers, so by all means, try it out, switch it around, and see what you find. What flavors you find. Leave it in the comments below what it is that you think that you taste out of this.
Yeah.
You can enjoy this straight or with a cube of ice if you want to mellow it out a little bit.
I'm a cube of ice kind of guy for this particular bourbon. It for whatever reason, the cube of ice opens it up for me and just makes it a little bit more enjoyable for me of all the other ones that we drink.
I like to do a flick of water.
Flick.
Flick. It's an actual unit of measurement. Look it up. It belongs to the metric system.
Yeah, kind of like a pinch of salt.
Or is it standard?
Who cares?
Who even uses metric system? This is America.
This is our overseas people watch that. They might use it.
You should adopt a standard system.
Yeah.
It's a much more efficient system.
We're gonna talk about kilopounds later.
Kilopounds.
So anyway. So yeah, man, this is I really love this bottle.
I do too. Now what is this? What is this I'm looking at?
That is actually a cigar with, it's actually a Blanton cigar.
I see the little horse and jockey up on top.
Yeah.
Boom!
It's kind of awesome. We were recently in Kentucky, and I went to a grocery store, and of all places, they had this in the grocery store. So,
will this container be able to keep it in optimal condition? I think you're supposed to store these in a humidifier. Where did you buy this? In the humidifier or out in the open?
No, it was out in the open. I didn't buy it in a humidifier. Probably would be better to be stored in a humidifier, but smoke at your own risk.
Smoke at your own risk.
Whisk?
Smoke at your own risk.
Yeah,
just remember, plume is a fancy word for mild mildew.
Who knew?
That's cool.
But yeah, I brought, I thought that was kind of cool, so I picked one of those up for us, and that's pretty awesome. I kind of like it.
I like that too. So, let's get around to opening up this world's first single barrel bourbon.
You ready to open it?
Let's do it.
I'm excited. All right.
Before we start though, Brothers in Bourbon Scorecard. This has got everything that you need. It's got a bourbon flavor wheel. All of your most prominent flavors and your secondary ones that you might pick up on. You can grade it and highlight it however you want. This has from appearance, smell, taste, finish. Grade it from 1 to 10. Leave a comment. The link to this will be in the description. Tag us on your social media and let's have a discussion about this.
Yeah, that'd be good. That way we can kind of compare and see what we, because we're all different. I mean, I taste things different than he does, so.
I've got like 3 solid tastes. 3.
Wow.
Oak, vanilla, peat. After that, I go off what the distiller tells me.
I think mine's burn, alcohol, and I smell some charcoal in here now and then. I'm just playing.
Might be the peat.
Might be the peat.
Are you adding charcoal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just put it down there like a cube of ice?
Yeah, you just like drop it in.
Nice, nice.
Actually, I do have a charcoal filter piece that you put in them. Helps mellow them out.
So he basically takes bourbon and turns it into Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey.
I know. Sometimes. The cheap stuff.
I don't think that's exactly how Jack Daniel's does it, but you make a delicious libation.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get this started.
All right, you
Give
ready?
us a taste of this.
So here we go. Brand new bottle. We're going to pull nice plastic topper. There we go.
It does come with this cool little plastic topper, though. It helps seal it.
Smells
Smells good.
Yeah. Nice.
I like to give the cork a little sniffy sniff.
Oh, you want to sniff the cork? Oh.
Little sniffy sniff before I taste it, because I have been unfortunate and had a cork bottle. It's basically drinking vinegar, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, you definitely want to smell it when you first pop that top. Make sure that it is not soured.
True. So let's get this up out of the way.
All right. So, before we get started, one of the things that we like to do is give a pour for our homies.
All the people who are no longer with us, we like to honor them and offer them up a little bit of brew. All my best friends like to drink some alcohol.
Yeah, everybody we know pretty much. So.
One for those who aren't with us anymore.
Cheers.
A libation. Oof, that is a beautiful color.
It is
By the
a nice
way,
color.
these are Northern glasses. It's a little bougie, but I mean, I'm a big fan of them. They're about $50 for a pair, but it really helps with the sniffer.
I personally am more of a Glencairn kind of guy, but he talked me into these glasses, so I'm using them today.
It helps to filter out some of the ethanol smell when you're doing your sniff test.
Yeah.
Taste-wise, it does help to accentuate some notes, but you'll be served just fine with Glencairn, I promise.
Yeah, that's my favorite. So before we start, there's another thing I want to show you guys. So we talked earlier about ice cubes, my favorite, a flick of water,
Legitimate unit of measurement.
or neat. But another thing you can do that some people kind of, I don't know, frown upon, but it's interesting,
What you got there?
is these cute little, and this one's his, these are frozen, you can use stones, this one's actually metal. Basically like freezer packs. So
I think the actual term for it is a stone, but that is metal that is frozen. So you could, for the most part, you can chill your whiskey without watering it down.
right, and some people, and that's a whole new flavor profile. Actually, chilled whiskey with no water. It's actually pretty cool. So, anyway, you ready to drink this?
I'm ready to drink this.
All right.
My favorite part.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Very sweet on the nose.
Oh, it is.
I love it.
All I'm seriously getting is vanilla.
Yeah, I smell some oak in there, some charred oak. You can definitely smell it.
I am actually getting honey. And vanilla.
Yeah, that was neat, by the way, in case nobody knows.
Pretty sure they were watching the whole time.
Oh, I know they were.
Never disparage the attentiveness of our viewers.
Hell no.
Got your back, Jack.
I'm trying to make these
What are you putting
tons.
in there? Nice.
I'm going with a cube. I wanted to open up.
Let me get a flick.
You do your flick.
Remember how I said it's an equal unit of measurement? Unit of
It's
measurement.
pretty amazing.
We're going to try to slow-mo that for you later.
Yeah. Now, another cool thing that I don't know if people noticed when I actually put a cube in bourbon,
What you got?
if you look, when you watch it, the cube starting to dissipate, you can actually see some of the oils floating in there. It's actually kind of cool. It's
It's one of the reasons why I like to utilize tongs instead of your fingers. A lot of oils in your hand.
yeah, it definitely messes with the taste.
However, whiskey, it's a debate amongst a lot of people. Whiskey is hydrophobic, but it helps to release some of the flavors in it. It also helps to mellow it out a little bit for some people's palates.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm really getting from this is honey, vanilla, a little bit of nutmeg, a
Yeah.
little bit of caramel.
You get it.
Super smooth though. You're gonna enjoy this,
Yeah.
I promise. Oh, it's like spring in a bottle.
I really like it with the water or with the ice cube.
Do you?
Yeah, just the way it opens it up, man. It just kind of mellows out a little bit of the frontness. I can feel it on the back. I really like it.
I can appreciate that. Personally, I'm a fan of it straight. I mean, I do a flick, but at the same time, this is only about, it's only 93 proof. It's already smooth, super smooth as is. It almost takes some of the burn away. It won't take too much of that away.
Now,
Unless you're peeing, you don't want to burn your pee.
that's another topic for another conversation for another video.
You're right.
Now, I will say this from this perspective: if you have a woman who is, or a person who's not really into bourbon, this is a good starter for them. If you want to, it may have a little bit of heat for them up front, so you may want to throw some ice in there to mellow it out for them a little bit if you do.
Or it's just one you can have with your boys and go out barbecue, smoke some stoves.
That's kind of what we use it for.
Either way, though, be sure to go into the description, download our scorecard, tag us on your social media, and let's
Please.
talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's build this fellowship, baby.
I keep drinking.
Keep on drinking. Join us on this journey. Thanks for having us, Brothers of Bourbon.
Appreciate it.
Peace.